You go to buy RAM for your PC build, and the price is double what it was a year ago. Here is exactly why. And it is not what you think. Picture this. You have been planning your first PC build for 6 months. CPU picked out, GPU sorted, budget locked. You pull up RAM, and something is wrong. A 32GB DDR4 kit you priced out 18 months ago for $60 now costs $150. A 64GB kit has gone from $100 to nearly $300. Some kits have vanished from shelves entirely. And in Germany and Japan, retailers have started limiting customers to 2 RAM kits per order. What happened? Was it a supply chain collapse? A factory fire? Another pandemic-style shortage? No, it is something far more interesting. A collision between artificial intelligence, a once-in-a-generation technology transition, and manufacturing economics that most people have never thought about. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly why your RAM is so expensive, and why it is going to stay that way for a lot longer than you want. 3 companies control all of your RAM. Here's a fact most people do not know. Virtually all of the world's DRAM, the memory type in every RAM stick, is made by exactly 3 companies: Samsung, SK Hynix, and Micron Technology. That is it. 3 companies for the entire planet. Together, they control somewhere between 90 and 95% of global DRAM production. No 4th competitor exists at scale. The barriers to entry, the capital, the engineering expertise, the decades of accumulated process knowledge are simply too high. And right now, all 3 boardrooms are pointing their most advanced production capacity in the same direction, away from your gaming PC, toward artificial intelligence. AI ate your RAM. Not literally. You have heard about the AI boom. ChatGPT, NVIDIA, data centers being built faster than the power grid can keep up. What you probably did not know is that the AI boom has a direct, measurable effect on the price of the RAM sitting in your PC. Here's the mechanism. Running large AI models requires enormous amounts of a specialized memory type called HBM, high bandwidth memory. Not your DDR4 stick. Something physically different, stacked vertically in layers, connected directly to the AI chip through thousands of microscopic connections, running at far higher speeds. NVIDIA's H100 and H200 data center GPUs, the ones every major tech company is currently buying in bulk, use HBM. Each H100 contains around 80 gigabytes of it. A single server rack can hold dozens of these chips. And here is the critical detail. HBM is made on the same fabrication wafers as conventional consumer DRM. Samsung, SK Hynix, and Micron all make both. But HBM commands a dramatically higher price, because AI companies will pay almost anything for it. So these manufacturers are making a simple business decision. Convert the most advanced production lines from DDR4 and DDR5 to HBM. Maximize revenue. Serve the customers who pay the most. The wafer capacity that used to produce the RAM you put in your gaming rig is now producing memory for NVIDIA's AI chips. Same factories, same machines, different customers. And you are not the priority anymore. ChatGPT did not just potentially take your job, it took your RAM budget too. DDR4 is dying, and that makes it more expensive. Now here's the part that is especially painful for anyone with an older PC. DDR4 launched around 2014 and became the standard in hundreds of millions of systems worldwide. Gaming PCs, office computers, laptops, servers, hospital workstations. DDR4 is absolutely everywhere, and manufacturers are winding it down. Not because DDR4 is broken, it works perfectly well. But the industry has moved to DDR5, and keeping older production lines running when you could be making something more valuable makes no business sense. As production slows, supply tightens. And here's the part that confuses most people. DDR4 is not getting cheaper because it is old. It is getting more expensive because it is old and going out of production. The same thing happens with discontinued car parts. Once a product exits mass production, prices go up, not down, as remaining inventory shrinks. DDR5 is not a clean escape route either. Those production lines are also being partially redirected toward HBM. You are caught on both sides of the transition. Geopolitics inside your PC. There is one more layer almost nobody is covering, and it is about geography. Samsung's DRAM fabs are in South Korea. SK Hynix's main facilities are in South Korea. Micron's most advanced production is split between the United States and Japan. The entire global supply of RAM runs through a handful of factories in one of the world's most geopolitically sensitive regions. U.S. export controls introduced in recent years have blocked the sale of advanced chip-making equipment to China, preventing any meaningful Chinese competitor from emerging. That keeps global supply concentrated in 3 companies, with no real competition to keep prices in check. And with Trump's tariff policies creating trade uncertainty through 2025 and 2026, large corporations have been stockpiling RAM, buying well ahead of their actual needs as insurance against supply disruptions. A corporate IT department that normally orders 100 modules a quarter might order 300. Multiply that across thousands of companies, and you get a demand surge layered on top of an existing supply crunch. It becomes a self-fulfilling cycle. Fear of scarcity creates actual scarcity. Why you cannot just build more factories? The obvious question: why don't they just build more fabs and solve this? They are, but it does not work like most industries. A new state-of-the-art DRAM fabrication facility takes 3 to 5 years from groundbreaking to first commercially viable chip. The equipment inside, extreme ultraviolet lithography machines made by a Dutch company called ASML, costs around $300 million per unit. A single fab needs dozens of them. Total cost for a new advanced DRAM facility runs $10 to $15 billion. And memory makers have been badly burned by overbuilding before. When demand cooled after the pandemic tech boom in 2022 and 2023, prices crashed and companies lost billions. That memory, pun intended, makes boardrooms extremely cautious about aggressive expansion, even when prices are high. The result? Demand is here now. New supply cannot arrive until 2027 at the earliest. And meaningful price normalization is not expected before late 2027 or 2028. The numbers and what to do right now. So how bad is it exactly? Consumer DDR4 prices are up 25 to 40% year over year. Some enterprise modules are up 50 to 60%. Specialized server memory for AI workloads has jumped 300% or more. DDR5 prices, which were supposed to fall as adoption grew, have stayed elevated because those lines are also chasing AI demand. Tom's Hardware reported in early 2026 that prices showed signs of leveling off, but at historically elevated levels. They are not returning to 2023 pricing in any realistic near-term window. A 64GB kit that costs under $100 at the cheap RAM peak now runs well above $200, sometimes close to $300. So what should you actually do? 1. If you have a DDR4 system and need more memory, buy now. The trajectory is not down. Waiting will cost more. 2. For new builds, go DDR5. It is not cheap today, but its long-term supply trajectory is better than DDR4's end-of-life pricing spiral. 3. Consider certified refurbished RAM for non-critical machines. A home media server or basic office PC does not need retail new memory. Reputable certified modules can cut costs 30 to 50%. 4. Watch the second half of 2026 for potential stabilization windows as the DDR5 supply chain matures slightly. There may be brief moments of better pricing before the next AI demand cycle hits. The best time to buy RAM was 2023. The second best time is before it gets even more expensive. The RAM crisis of 2025 and 2026 is not bad luck. It is the entirely predictable result of three things hitting at the same time. Artificial intelligence consumed the manufacturing capacity that used to produce your consumer RAM, because AI companies pay more and manufacturers follow the money. DDR4 is being phased out, stranding hundreds of millions of legacy systems that need a memory type going out of production, making old technology, paradoxically, more expensive. And the entire global DRAM supply runs through three companies and a handful of factories in one of the world's most geopolitically sensitive regions, with no meaningful competition on the horizon. None of those three forces are resolving quickly. The era of cheap, abundant RAM is over, at least for now. Budget accordingly, buy strategically. Do not wait for prices to go back to where they were. They probably will not. If this video helped you understand what is actually going on, subscribe. We do these deep dives so you know the real story behind the headlines, not just the price tag. See you in the next one.